Hey everybody, it's Andy aka Max Writer, back with another live stream. I'm gonna check, make sure I can hear myself. Yeah, everything seems to be working. That's awesome. So, this is Malicious by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetent. Today we're gonna play Alone on Halloween. Now this is a Call of Cthulhu 5th edition scenario. So this past week I bought a copy of Call of Cthulhu 5th edition, which is really cool. It took me back a lot to when I first started playing Call of Cthulhu, when I would buy the stuff, and it was very cool to get a copy of this. So we're going to be using that along with Alone on Halloween, a Call of Cthulhu solo scenario against the children of the night. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the music. That was just me trying to be fancy. So we are back to our normal quietness. Man, that was loud. I'm surprised. It's almost turned all the way down. Ah, shoot. I meant to get a beer out before we started, and I forgot. So, we interrupt this program for a Saranac S'mores Porter. We're going to have that while we do this. Now, I've really not looked over the scenario at all yet. However, I did peek at the beginning, the introduction, and printed out a copy of the character sheet. Oh, hold on. I have two bottle openers back here because I lost one. That's good. So they're these kind of mini character sheets. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read them very easily, but we've got these. My eyes are going. I'm old. I'm so very old. I'll be dead soon. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. So I can use that to look at the. Dirty. These are just like 2 times, 1.5 times glasses. I don't know what they are. They are really dirty. They've been sitting here unused for a while though. So, oh, I gotta get dice ready. Oh, I've forgotten a bunch of stuff here. Let me grab clipboard. I'm ill prepared. I'm so sorry. Today is what? 9/2/2023. This is Call of Cthulhu Alone on Halloween. And I considered waiting until Halloween to play this, but I'll be running a Halloween game, probably streaming it. 99% sure that I'll be streaming it too. Here it is. This copy was very expensive, but it's in fantastic shape and smells good. Now it's weird because it's set up sideways. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to close my keyboard tray so I can scoot up a little bit. I'm probably going to have to move the camera just a little. Let's slide it back and tilt it up slightly. We can bring it back down a little bit. There we go. I got a haircut. I cut my hair today too. As you can see, it's very short. And then we've got 5th edition. Smells so good. So much neat stuff in here. I found stuff in here that I was not expecting to find. A random chart for determining what mythos tomes the keeper puts down. All kinds of neat stuff. I'm going to have to get used to this being like this instead of like this. So, but we'll see. I've scooched my chair up. Scooch it up a little bit more. Let's take a look. Let's start this crazy scenario. I'm going to put the Call of Cthulhu 5th edition rules over here to the right. We'll keep our character sheets right here. Let's see what this says. Alone on Halloween is by Scott David Anialski with John Tynes. A long solo scenario posing the children of the night. This looks crooked again. Hold on. Okay. 666 numbered entries guide you on your descent into insanity. Headless horsemen, mad scientists, haunts and spirits of every type, and something worse. A darkling nightmare from beyond the stars rises this Halloween night. Now, this also came with The Old Dark House by C.J. Warner. We're going to read this little intro for it, but we're not going to play it, obviously. The old man died with his secrets. Now his inheritance is up for grabs in this adventure toolkit. 4 floor plans and descriptions of an English manor house, along with many scenario ideas, NPCs, and monsters, allow each keeper to create a unique and chilling journey into the macabre. Um, and this was published in 1992. And let's go straight to the introduction. Click, 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 death is prancing. Death at midnight goes a dancing, tapping on a tomb with talon thin. Click, click, click goes the grisly violin. Uh, Equality Fraternity stanza 1, Henry Cazalis, Jean Leos, translated by Burnham Gilbreth. Welcome, General Reader. Possess you the skill to avoid prancing death? What shall you do at midnight when the talon taps? Is the tomb your own? It is in the nature of adventure to question. Conversely, questions lead to adventure, as these questions lead to yours. Within these pages you shall quest into darkened chambers and forbidden secrets, and seek out adventure to answer the questions posed. In doing so, you shall find yourself alone on Halloween. Name drop. Solo adventures like this one pit you, the player, very directly against the author, specifically the author's ingenuity and deviosity at leading you down false trails and wrong turns. Unlike the card game Solitaire, where your opponents are statistics and chance, solo adventures like this one are much more interactive. The author has planned carefully to provide you with a wide range of options. There are numerous ways to die within these pages. No doubt, if the author's intentions are fulfilled, you will discover many of them. Be forewarned, this is not your typical Call of Cthulhu adventure. Visualize it as an earnest 99-cent rental from the video store. Thrills, chills, monsters, mad scientists, and lots of spooky weirdness. Rest assured as well, however, that all is not as it seems. Disturbing and haunting dreams may well point the way to a final fright not to be found in the rows of gaudy video horrors. If you're a keeper, you'll find that you're in for a special delight, because this book was created especially for you. Go trick-or-treating through these pages and have the kind of fun normally the province of your players. When you're done, check page 60 for a special reward. The Old Dark House, an adventure toolkit for you to make. I'm having trouble reading this. For you to make of as you will. Many elements of the solo scenario can be used in the same way as well. Let's see if these help. Actually, it's small print. If you're not a keeper and don't plan on running the Old Dark House, keep your eyes askance and pass the book along to another soul. Until then, play your heart out, relishing that you can do it again and again, no matter how many times your character is rendered into a bloody pulp. For both keeper and player, it must be admitted that solo scenarios allow and to some extent inherently encourage cheating, much like the Solitaire game. A good solo scenario is a good story, and your desire to see how the story unfolds may overcome your willingness to accept the cruel dictates of the dice, or the happenstance chance of the tale's twists. If so, then browse onward, explore different routes, backtrack, seek out all the juicy parts. Their number is legion. This adventure will reward multiple attempts at solving the mysteries it holds. H.P. Lovecraft said that the oldest and greatest of human emotions is fear, and of that, the oldest and greatest fear is fear of the unknown. In these pages await 666 entries full of the unknown, full of fear. Give them your full attention, gentle reader, and they shall reward you with a banquet, with a bouquet of delightful frights. One final thing. Whether you play this in the back of a car on a summer vacation or in the dull hours the day before Christmas when relatives jostle about, our parting wish is the same whatever the season. Happy Halloween. From the hag and hungry goblin that into rags would rend ye, and the spirit that stands by the naked man in the Book of Moons, defend ye. Tom O'Bedlin, stanza 1, author unknown. All right. Whew. Sorry, that's probably way too long. Refresh the throat. Okay, so let's look at the beginning of this. That was John Tynes' introduction, by the way. Alone on Halloween is an adventure for one player in which you assume the identity of Chris Grant. Here he is, a top journalism student at Miskatonic University. Certain accidental events that occur while en route from Arkham to Salem lead you into supernatural terror and will bring you face to face with many horrors of both Cthulhu mythos and non-Cthulhu mythos origin, and possibly into the clutches of a mind-numbing alien god. You, as an award-winning and always vigilant journalist, attempt to make good use of your occult experiences that you know will produce your best work yet, a work that will win you much deserved recognition among the top parapsychologists and occult writers of your day, if you are brave enough and sane enough to survive alone on Halloween. So, here's to prepare yourself. Before you begin, you'll need certain items: pencil, scratch paper, and the dice. Um, you'll also need a copy of the game rules. Ba-ba-bum. Um, Prior to play, you may wish to review certain areas of the rules. These pages numbers are from the 5th edition rules for Call of Cthulhu. And this is all the basic stuff: the resistance table, um, D100 rolls, resistance table, physical injury, spot rules, and all that stuff. So, learning spells. Hmm. Let's look up learning spells on page 62. And now's where we find out. This is cool. This is something I noticed too. You see the dark mark there? Those are the rules. Everything outside of that is lore and stuff like that. Yeah, we start on the Cthulhu mythos at the end of that dark mark. And it starts with character creation, which is very cool. Very cool indeed. What page did I say? You'll see me doing this a lot. What? 62. Magic points and learning spells. Let's see if it's the correct page. Magic. Magic points is actually, yeah, page 62. Adair. Learning spells. Reading a tome, being taught a spell, imparting a spell, cost of spell casting, learning spells. Interesting. Okay. I don't know how that's going to come into play, but that's okay. All right. What I need is something to mark these pages. Um, Investigator sheets. I think we do the page. Here, let me see how they number these. If they go straight down, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, okay. So it's per page still. It's not down one column, down one column, down one column. It's page, page. Going the columns that way. There's 3 pages of this, but we're not going to go over everything. Chris Grant, maybe male or female, if you, as you please. Christopher or Christine. Yes, he'll be male in this case. You'll probably wish to photocopy the player investigator sheet. It's rather, yeah, I've already printed out a copy. Um, a portion of the investigator sheet has already been filled out for you: name, occupation, age, nationality, residence, intelligence, idea, education, no. Whoops, schools and degrees. Um, yeah, there's no stats for strength and all that kind of stuff. The rest is up to you. You may place these pre-generated statistics as you like among your strength, dex, con, appearance, power, and size. Ah. Uh, oh. Uh-oh. So we got an 8, 12, 13, 14, 16, and an 18. 8, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18. Damn. All right. Your power times 5 will determine your luck as well as your initial sanity. Ooh. I'm almost tempted for that to be that 18. I think we'll do a 16 sanity. We're going to do 16 for power. That's 80 luck. Not 86, 80. And that's going to be initial sanity points will start at 80. So that's a good solid. Hit points are also going to be determined. Your magic points is the average of your. Wait. Power times 1 is your magic points, so that's also going to be 16. Let's mark that. 15, 16. So we're back to character creation. I prefer it when they just give us a character and they're already set up. But you know, this is kind of interesting too. Size and con is going to determine hit points. I want a lot of hit points. Oh wait, let's mark off what we marked off the 16. Appearance, sanity is up here. That's an 80. Damage bonus. Oh, yeah. I don't want it to be huge. So I guess the size will be 12. That's a little above average. Let's mark off the 12. And strength and size. Strength and con, hit points, strength and size, our damage bonus. I think we'll put the 8 in appearance. He's a little below average looking. Um, I think I want his dex to be 18, but let's see. Hold on a second. Oh, they're just giving me points. Okay, they're giving me points because it's based on intelligence and education. So I don't have to worry about that depending on what I do. He can be strong, do a lot of damage. He can be really fast with an 18. I think we'll put the 14 into con. That gives us 13 hit points because it's the average of your strength and your con. Because I got a 12 and a 14, which is not bad. So do I want to be fast or strong? I think I want to be fast. 18. Oh, wait a minute. 8, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 18. 16, 18. 8, 12. Yeah, 13 is in strength. Okay. And 13 plus 14 is 27. Page 21 will tell us if we have a damage bonus. Page 21. What I say 27? I get a plus 1d4 damage bonus. Alright. That's not too bad. Plus 1d4 is my damage bonus. Alright. Okay, let's see what we got going here. We got our hit points. We've got our damage bonus. Once you've completed this, you may distribute your skill points. You'll notice several skills are marked with an asterisk. Our skills marked. Okay, I definitely need. The skills are very small. Skills marked with an asterisk are bargain, climb, credit rating, dodge, history. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm looking at the wrong things. Computer use, fast talk, library use, occult, other language, own language. Own language is going to be English. And it's going to start at education times 5, which is 17, which is 85. Okay. Dodge starts at dex times 2, and my dex is 18, so that's going to be 32. No, 18 times 2. Oh my god. I can't do this in my head. It's 36, isn't it? Yeah, it's 36. So we're going to start at 36 dodge. All right. With an asterisk on the investigator sheet, you must divide 340 skill points among those marked skills. So we got to pull up our calculator again. Let me check. Temperature of the computer is nice and cool right now. So calculator app. Boop. There you are. This is the easiest way to do this. Oh, I've got to stretch my leg. All right, character creation. Oh, we're already 15 minutes in. We're still working on character creation. 340 skill points. 340. Okay. You must divide up 340 amongst those marked skills. I'm a journalist. What other languages should I take? You may also have an additional 160 that you may distribute as you wish. You may not start with any Cthulhu Mythos knowledge. Every time you begin the adventure anew, you may redistribute this. Just a statistical cool. So 340 and 160. All right. Let's see. My credit rating is only 15. I might up that a little bit. Not that it matters. Fast talk. Okay. Let's take a look here. This does have bargain. Let's look up bargain real quick to see what this is. I think they got rid of oratory by this time. Combat. Where are skills? Ah, skills. Bargain. What's bargain? What does bargain do? Bargain. Of obtaining something for an agreeable price. Okay, that's one of the social skills. Fast talk is another. What else have they got here? Navigate. Oratory appears to be gone by 5th edition. Okay. Persuade. Is Persuade still there? Persuade is still there. Psychology. I can take that. Ooh. Okay. So they've gotten rid of oratory and debate, which is. Wait, did they get rid of debate? Yes, they did. So that's just as well. All right. So 360 into these points. Let's go ahead and put 50 into computer use. I mean 340 into these points. Let's pull this back out. Minus 50, because that starts at 0. Fast talk, we're going to put 50 points in that too. Okay. Library use, we're going to up to 60, so that costs us 35 points. Okay. Occult, make occult 45 for now. Other languages, I don't know. Let's take Latin. It's not super common, but we'll put 20 points into that. Yeah. And then, let's see, we got English. Ooh, Persuade is another one. It starts at 15%. Let's make it 65. Let's put 50 points in that. We've got them. And Psychology starts at 5. We're going to put 60 points into that. It can be good in Call of Cthulhu to be really good at a few things. Now, the other thing is, I've got this other guy with me, player companion. For Alone on Halloween, you are provided with a player companion, young Corey Adams, fellow student and close friend. This companion, whose investigator sheet is next to yours, will both help and hinder your progress through the adventure, unless otherwise noted, or if he's not present, you may substitute your companion's skill roll for one required of Chris Grant. And in certain instances, both you and your companion may attempt certain roles. On the other hand, you are responsible for your companion, and therefore you should do what you can to ensure his survival. And in fact, the scenario weighs very heavily on your companion and his fate. Your particular level of success in the completion of the adventure will be influenced by this. A fully completed investigator sheet is provided for your companion. This may never change no matter how many times you begin anew. Corey Adams' statistics and skills will always remain the same. So let's see. Corey's got 10 in astronomy, 26 dodge. His credit rating is 15, just like mine. We might just leave that. I got 35 points, though. Drive auto is 30. Fast talk's 25. This is a modern scenario, too. So fast talk's 25. First aid is 45. Hide is 20. Oh, I got to put hide stuff in hide. Jump. Jumps 30. Listen 35. He speaks German at 45%. Own languages at 80. Photography at 25, psychology at 20, sneak at 20, spot hidden at 45, swim at 30, and track at 20. I've still got 35 points to put into these ones that I've already put into. Now I could take another language. I kind of want to, let's up the fast talk to 65. So that's another 10 points. I'm going to drop another 10 points into psychology. Let's get it all. Let's max it out. I'm really good at reading people. 75 for that. Minus 10. That leaves us 15 points. I could put 15 points into another language like French, Arabic. There's no pushing rolls in this one. So, persuade. Occult, we could raise occult up to 60. I can get computer use up to 65. No, I can't move dodge yet. We'll have to do that later. Let's max out library use too. We'll make it 75. Why not? That's at last 15 points. Now they are saying you should play this over and over again. I'm not a fan of that. 160 skill points can go anywhere. Head, headbutt, kick, grapple. I'd like to be able to shoot a gun better than base. Oh, here we go. It's right on the character sheet. The following numbers may be distributed among blank characteristics. 8, 12, 13, 14, 16. 18. You have 340 skill points to be divided among the marked and 160 to put out elsewhere. That's cool. I don't need to have that open for the moment. I'm super happy with this copy of Alone on Halloween. I got it and it was said it was a good copy. And it's the first one I've seen for sale at the price that I purchased it for, which it was less than what I usually see it. And this is just, it is a beautiful, look at this. I love that illustration on the back, but it is a beautiful piece. It is just, it's in great shape. I'm very happy with it. I'm so pleased. I've gotten some bad stuff on eBay and online lately, so having this and it's just amazing looking is, and this, I was super happy that this was in such good shape. I mean, you can tell it's used, but it's in just wonderful shape. All right, characteristics. Base fist is 50, headbutt is 10, kick is 25, grapple. Okay, we need to start with hide. Shoot, I don't have a lot of points here. I think hide and sneak are going to be super important, and spot hidden. And listen. Let's spend 50 points to get spot hidden up to 50. What's his spot hidden? 45. And listen up to 50 for both of us. For both of those. Even though he's got them, that's going to cost us 50 points. Whoops. Now plus 0. Minus 50. So it leaves us 110 points. I'm going to get my hide up to 50, so that costs 40 points. And I think my sneak, because in this edition of the game they're different, we're going to get that up to 60. So that's another 50 points. No. Is it? Oh shit, I got 20 points less. We're going to put 20 points into handgun. Base chance of hitting with a handgun is 20. So we'll do handgun. We don't have one. Is going to be 40%. Yeah, and all my combat is the same as it usually is. And that spends the rest of those points. And we can close up the calculator. Okay, let's see what else it tells us to do. Let's put everything back where it belongs. Put these glasses off to the side. All right. So, this is the introduction and character creation continued. I keep looking at my face instead of the camera. Optional investigators. If you wish, you may use an investigator of your own making instead of Chris Grant. However, you must use the same companion. In all fairness, also you should decide if you're honestly willing to risk a favorite character. If you're not willing to kill off your own investigator, then you should not allow him or her to take anything out of this adventure. Skill checks, mythos tomes, new spells, etc. Of course, the scenario could be a true test for your investigator. If he or she fairly survives, then of course that investigator should reap the benefits of the adventure. If your investigator has any unusual powerful items, weapons, or spells, you should use them with great care and discretion to preserve the spirit of the game. There are no weapons listed. Okay, now we're in the weapons section. There are no weapons listed on the character sheet provided. For the character sheet provided, except for the fist, punch, headbutt, kick, and grapple. It's assumed that you'll take some sort of weapon along, but it is strongly suggested that a bit of logic, common sense, and care be used in your choice of weapons. Explosives, field guns, machine guns, and other ridiculously devastating items should not be allowed. The author strongly suggests a handgun such as a 38 or 45 if you want something that will pack a good punch, or if you're trying to remain truly sensible with a character with a small gun like a 22 or a small knife. A bat club may be your choice. All right, let's look up credit rating in this book. Oh, there's no index. Oh, the days of early tabletop RPGs. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to just have a 22. Let's see. Characteristics. Personality. That's interesting. Background. Okay, let's look in the skills. If we can find them again. There's grapple. Drive auto shows a crashed automobile. Credit rating. Narrowly, okay, this is how prosperous and confident the investigator seems. So they don't have much about money. I'm going to assume I can afford a... Oh, they don't have a 22 revolver. So, next best thing is going to be a a 32 or 7.65 millimeter revolver. So we'll take a firearms. Okay, 32 revolver. Um, Current skill is 40. Attack damage is only a 32 revolver is a D8, so it's not like a huge gun. Base range is 15 yards. Shots per round. I keep looking at the wrong thing. Attacks per round are 3. Okay, that's right. Earlier editions, you could actually get a lot of shots off per round with certain weapons. And this is a smaller gun. And the smaller the gun, the more shots you can take. Like the 357 Magnum, you get 1 per round. The 38, you can get 2 per round. The 9mm automatic, you could get 3 per round. 45 revolver is 1 per round. And the 45 automatic is 1 per round, but they do more damage. I think the logic was, it's a game thing that you're doing less damage so you get more attacks. But it also is logically, there's a little bit less recoil, so you can actually get more shots per round. Bullets in the gun is going to be 6. Malfunction number is 00. And the hit points of the gun is 10. And we're going to say I have 6 more bullets. So we have 12 bullets. This is real dark on the bottom here. We'll put it at the top. Bullets total 12. So there's 6 in the pistol, and I carry 6 with me. Just in case. I mean, it is 1992, so... Alright, so we are armed. You have a pistol. We know how to use it at 40%, which is not great. But at point-blank range... Let's check on point-blank range. I believe point-blank range is still... Your dex are less in feet, and my dex is 18. Hold on, that's in the... Not sanity, not skills. Spot rules. Choosing a shotgun. Point blank fire. If the shooter's chance to hit is double when the firearm is used at point blank range, is the distance equal to or less than the user's dex in feet? And I can get 3 shots off at point blank. Pop, pop, pop. So we've got to keep that in mind. That might be key to survival. That jacks me up to 80% chance to hit. So close range, I'm going to probably hit. I would like to survive this, but we'll probably die. Opponents. In most cases, when some sort of creature is encountered, its characteristics will not be given, but instead the sentence might read, find the characteristics for the dole. The dole. And then return to this paragraph. In such case, you'll have to look up the creature in the rules. Once a particular beastie is located, you may use the characteristics listed for an average member of the race, or you may roll up the characteristics just as described. We'll use average member because that's faster. It is suggested that you randomly generate the creature, thus ensuring that each encounter is slightly different. After you have done this, the paragraph you encounter the nasty critter will most likely tell you what to do next. Try to fight, try to run, etc. Oh, by the way, do not despair. There are no doles in this adventure. I bet you're worrying for a minute. I was. Doles are massive. They're like huge. I believe they eat worlds. Healing. You may at any time, except during some action such as fighting or running, attempt first aid on yourself. My first aid's a 30. Or your companion as per the rules on first aid. If you are first aiding while on the timetable, you must mark off half a space for each attempt, successful or not. So we have a timetable here. In the middle, you can see it. It's already checked because I pulled this from a PDF that I found online. And that was in it. But I wanted to actually own the product that I was going to run because I feel that that's important. I mean, Scott Anialski and John Tynes didn't get a penny for this because it was bought used, but at the same time, anyway, blah blah blah. Insanity. Even if you avoid the cold clutches of death, the chances are high that you'll go temporarily or perhaps even permanently insane during the course of play. There are no provisions made for indefinite insanity, so unless otherwise stated by the paragraph, treat such insanity as temporary. There's also no provision for phobias. If you plan to continue using Chris Grant or Corey Adams after the completion of this adventure, Corey has 55 sanity. Or bring in one of your own investigators and you lose enough sanity to gain a phobia. It's suggested that you consult the phobia fetish table in the rules, page 50, and choose those that would most logically apply. Example, if you went insane because of Migo or the insects from Shagai, entomophobia would be a proper choice, etc. Um, Temporary and indefinite insanity. Indefinite, I believe, is 10%, 49 to 50. Let's look that up real quick. 49 to 50 in the rules section. Indefinite insanity. Temporary insanity. The investigator loses 20%, 1/5 or more current sanity points in one game hour. All right, so our indefinite 20% of 80 is going to be 16. So let's write indef 16. For Corey, has he got 55? God, I'm having a terrible time. This is so small. 55, 20% of 55 is what? 11. So his indef is 11. So 20% within one game hour, they could go indefinitely insane, which means, according to these rules, I believe that's still like a phobia or something. What was it, 49? Um, yes. Indefinite insanity table. Catatonia or stupefaction, amnesia. What is this? Hold on. Some keepers may provide concept. Okay, you get a mania. Temporary insanity in this game. Um, Enough shock makes an idea roll. If he succeeds, length of the insanity for temporary insanity is between 1d10 combat rounds and 1d3 or 1d10 game days. Oh, wow. That's harsh. I like it. I like it a lot. Temporary insanity might last a few minutes or a few days. Perhaps the investigators issue a phobia or fetish befitting the situation. So it's random for indefinite, but it is a. Okay. Yeah, indefinite. Okay, they flipped this. So it's random for phobias, but I mean for indefinite insanity. Perhaps the investigators issue a phobia or fetish befitting the situation, or the investigator faints, or becomes hysterical, or suffers nervous twitches. So with the temporary insanity, it's going to be a faint, or screaming away. You just make it up. Okay. So they switched that in sixth edition. You rolled randomly for temporary insanity, if I remember correctly, and for indefinite insanity, you assigned something that was appropriate. The intent is to force an investigator's behavior to noticeably change for a limited time. Okay, okay. That is a little different. Let's see, where are we? Suggest to choose if you want insane become. Okay, yeah, we already read that. If you should go temporary insane, you must go to 19. Okay, that's the temporary insanity paragraph. Temp insane 19. Okay. Um, Paragraphs in which there's a possibility of going permanently insane will explain what to do and where to go. Always do as the paragraph says. In certain areas, you may go temporarily insane, however. However, the paragraph may tell you to go somewhere else instead of 19. Always read. You must go to 19. Okay. Always read the paragraph carefully and follow the instructions to the letter. Equipment. You are thought to start the adventure with only your personal items, which include a camera. Okay. Items. 32 pistol. Camera. Uh, Notepad. Tape recorder. Oh, that's right. This is a 1990 scenario. Used to record paranormal events that you will write about in your next paper, and whatever personal weapons you choose. Okay. The only other item that, other than clothes on your back, is a car, which gets you into the scenario in the first place. Okay, car. Is it my car? You may assume to have some basic first aid supplies. That's the full extent of your equipment list. You may find a few items in the course of the adventure. that will be of possible assistance to you, and anything that you are allowed to take will be indicated in the paragraph, i.e., if you wish, you may take a strange amulet. Not all such items will be of use, and much will depend upon your encounters. Date. While it's never specifically stated, it is the opinion of the author that this is a modern day adventure. Boom. There's no set era, however, and if you wish to set alone on Halloween in the 1920s or elsewhere in the 20th century, you may certainly do so. The only constant must be, of course, that the date is October 31st, Halloween. So, this was made in 1992. Let's see. We're going to go to timeanddate.com and we're going to print out a 1992 calendar for. Where's the printer friendly calendar? Boom. We're going to print out a calendar. So we have that as one of our handouts. We have to shrink it a little bit. Custom scale. Let's do 90. Is that going to be enough to get everything? It is. It's making it 2 pages for some reason, but that's okay. Print. So that'll give us our calendar. And now we'll know the exact date. Wait, this is 1992, right? Let's double check here. 1992. It is 1992 Halloween. Ooh. I keep looking at myself instead of the camera. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I wish they would figure a way to set up a monitor with a camera right in the middle so that you could look at who you're talking to while you're talking to them. Alright, so Halloween, October 31st is on a Saturday. The Dark of the Moon was on the 25th. And the 1/4 moon will be on November 2nd. So we've got a moon just coming up. Timetable. While your character may not realize it, there's a schedule to be kept. No matter what occurs, certain events will take place at pre-designated times. We're starting at 7 p.m. Oh, this is another time limit one. There's a time. At appropriate time, the paragraph will indicate how and when to begin the timetable, which appears on the inside front cover, and where to go once the time has been used up. Magic and spells. In the course of play, there's a chance to acquire certain mythos tomes and learn some spells. Once you've found such a book, you may try to make the appropriate read languages roll. If successful, you attempt to make your intelligence times the spell multiplier roll. This we might have to look up. If successful again, you have learned the spells right then and there. This may be rushing things a bit, but some spells may be of use in this scenario, and so you will not have months in which to study and learn them. Whenever you learn spells in the adventure or bring in an investigator with magic, you must follow certain guidelines. First of all, find the spell in the rules and make sure you understand its working and use. When the time comes that you want to use the spell, unless the paragraph explains to you what to do with the magical encounter at that point, you should do the following. Find the statistics for the creature using the magic on, and then attempt to cast. If you successfully cast the spell, next make the appropriate resistance roll, or whatever's called for in the spell description. We'll have to look up resistance tables. I should grab one of my old GM screens and stick it up here. I might do that next week if we're still playing this. If the spell is successful, mark off the appropriate power, magic points, sanity loss from your sheet, and inflict your magical wrath upon the object of your attack. Take note that some spells will automatically not work, especially some summon, contact, call spells. Hold on. Gotta stretch my legs. Oh, sorry. Whew. The season is the fall, and unless it is otherwise stated, it is a cold, rainy, foggy night, so many spells simply don't work. With this provision for spell use in the scenario comes what might be considered a disadvantage by the player. If you can use spells, so can they. When you determine the characteristics of the creatures, also determine what, if any, spells it has by rolling on the spell charts in the rules. In combat, to determine if the creature will use a spell or physically attack, check the following table. So it's dependent upon the type of creature using. The chance of using a spell is 5% plus intelligence, 10, 20, 25, or 50. For lesser independent creature, lesser servitor creature, greater dependent or greater servitor or a god. Alright. From the above chart, we can see that, for instance, if a ghoul is encountered, there will be an 18% chance it will attack with magic. If the ghoul has an intelligence of 13, because 5 plus 13 equals 18, since ghouls are lesser independent creatures. Of course, if the creature has no spells, or has none which can be used at the time, it will attack normally. In the course of play, you may encounter certain beings that will lean towards using magic, and this will always be stated as such. Oh gosh, always read the paragraph carefully and do as it says. Because of the seemingly complexity of spell use in solo scenario, you may opt not to use magic for you or the creatures, which is fine. However, if a paragraph states that a certain spell is being cast, then the spell is being cast, whether you're using magic in play or not. Okay. Journalist points. Ooh, here we go. As you progress through the shrouded paragraphs of this scenario, you will be collecting journalism points, JP. These points indicate how interesting, fantastic, horrific a particular event will be in regard to the great paranormal story you will get out of your Halloween night. Each paragraph will carry a number of JPs from 0 to 30. As you complete the paragraph, be sure to write down on your scratch paper the number of JPs the paragraph was worth. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll put that over here. I usually do on the side. What did I say it was? Saturday, October 31st, 1992. I usually put over the side, I start writing down the sheet all the numbered paragraphs, and I can put it there. Um, I might put a separate JP list. We'll see if I keep track. If I keep track of it, we'll see. Um, your total points at the end of the adventure will indicate the level of success. Some paragraphs also contain variable numbers of Cthulhu Mythos points. You must add these points to your Cthulhu Mythos and subtract an equal number from your sanity. I don't think you have it. It is obvious that paragraphs with high CMs will have a higher JP value, but beware, it's conceivable that you could gain quite a high Cthulhu Mythos knowledge and thusly a rather low sanity. Or sanity starting at 80, which I am not. Uh, yeah, 80. Let me double check that with the Cthulhu Mythos. I think that's just your max sanity is 99 minus your Cthulhu Mythos. And let's make sure in this that you're supposed to do that. Points Cthulhu Mythos are gained by encounters. Optional insane. Whenever spore of their evidence is seen, a success roll against a skill may allow the investigator to. Okay. No human. It's fair to say. Yeah, this doesn't say anything about if you gain Cthulhu Mythos, you lose sanity immediately. But your max sanity drops. And that could cost you sanity in the long run. So we're going to play it that way. Journalistic journalist points. Yeah, journalist points have another function that can prove very useful in the course of the adventure. You may decrease a sanity roll by spending JPs. Oh, sanity loss. When you should suffer sanity loss, you may sacrifice 10 JPs per 1 point of sanity. Um, you wish to decrease your loss by. For example, you confront being from Ziklotl and fail your sanity roll. These aliens have a 0 1d6 value. Let's say your loss is 6 points, enough to make you temporarily insane and thus out of the game. You decide to sacrifice 30 of your JPs to reduce your sanity loss to only 3 points and thus remain sane in the game. This is the price you must pay for sanity. Note that you may not buy off any more than 5 sanity points at any one time, and any buying off must be done at once. You cannot suffer several small sanity losses and then later buy them all off when you have the needed journalist points. Oof, wow, we've been at this 45 minutes. I'm sorry, everybody. We're almost done. But I want to make sure I got a handle on all these things. So, 5, 10 JPs, 10 JP equals 1 SAN. 19 is where we go for if we go temporarily insane. I guess that's the end of the scenario, so we have to watch out for that. If you don't buy off the sand loss as soon as it occurs, you can't do it at all. The one exception to this rule is with Mythos tomes. You cannot buy down the sand loss from reading through the Mythos books. You must take the full sanity loss. Take care not to overdo this, or you may very well end the game very same, but without any journalism points. Object of the game. In Alone Against Halloween, you must strive to collect as many journalist points, I keep calling them journalist points as you can, as well as making sure that both yourself and your companion end the game safely and insanely. A most difficult thing to do. The game purposely is written so as to make the survival of Corey a very difficult matter. Oh, great. His sanity is only 55. Corey, we're going to blindfold you for this entire scenario. Uh, but your success will be properly rewarded, period. Hold on. Yeah, my vision's gotten so much worse. With the collected JP, you will write a paper on your paranormal experiences on this Halloween night. And so the more points you have, the more you have witnessed, and thus the better the paper will be, which will mean more recognition from your fellow journalists and parapsychologists. Yeah, we want those. When you're done, should you die during the adventure, divide your accumulated JP by 5, rounding any fractions up. This will represent the chance of your notes being found and brought to light before your colleagues. If you end the game alive or dead without your companion, if he is lost, killed, etc., then subtract 100 JP from your final total. If you end the game alive with your companion, even if he's insane, you may add 100 JP to your final total. So 50 or less is failure, 51 to 100 is limited success, 101 to 150 is modest success, 150 to 300 is substantial success, 300 plus is a stunning success. All right, we're on the final thing, notes for play before we begin. The single most important thing is that you read each paragraph carefully and follow the instructions given. Also be sure to keep track of how many JP you have at all times, adding and subtracting as they are gained and lost. Be cautious. Do not always trust your eyes and ears, and never expect anything to be as you think it will be. No matter how many times you go through this adventure, it will always be different than the time before. This scenario is designed to take place in a haunted house. However, it has been designed in such a way that each room and encounter should be slightly different each time. The house will never be the same twice. What you find in one room this time might be totally different in the next time. Interesting. A creature found in one place this time might be somewhere else, or not even encountered the next time, etc. Unless otherwise noted, you may attempt only one skill roll at each paragraph. Okay, that's good to know. Make a thorough investigation, but don't waste time. You'll be on a timetable once you begin the search for your missing companion. Wait, what? Spoilers. Be cautious with characters that you encounter. Some will be hostile, some will be helpful, although next time that may be reversed. Not every location and paragraph will have information of use. There are false clues, wild goose chases, and red herrings. Expect them, but try not to get caught up in them. Sanity will be your most precious possession, and we got 80 points. So guard it well, but don't use up all your JPs buying off sanity losses. Take great care in the distribution of your skill points in the creation of your investigator. I tried to. While the authors strive to utilize as many skills as possible, some are just of no use in the scenario. Credit rating, law, pilot, aircraft, and some others won't be needed. Choose a foreign language with care. Those that may help are Arabic, Chinese, French, German, Russian, and Spanish. Okay, we're changing Latin to Arabic. He's got German. Arabic, Chinese, French, German, Russian, and Spanish. Lastly, this adventure has been designed with classic horror themes in mind. Black magic, rare cults, alien monsters, mad scientists, things that go from beyond the grave, possession, and various things that go bump in the night. So the encounters promise to be many, varied, and possibly deadly. Running away may sometimes be the right choice. That was going to be my go-to. The characters and critters encountered should prove varied and interesting, and some have full characteristics given, so an inventive keeper may actually pull elements out of this solo for use in regular group sessions. Have fun, and please remember that this is a game of atmosphere, so why not dim the lights, get out a few candles, and settle in for a night of terror as you find yourself alone on Halloween. Neat. So, good beginning there. I still don't understand why these are so dirty. I mean, I probably need some kind of water to clean them. I guess it's not really bothering me, though. I guess I spit a lot when I'm playing video games. Alright, so we're at 3:51 p.m. We'll be starting Alone on Halloween. To begin, you, as Chris Grant, are a student of journalism at the old and... Okay, we're going to have to still use these. At the old and respected Miskatonic University. You're at the top of your class and have won many honors and awards for your top-notch papers, articles, and research works in the field of the occult and the paranormal, which is your special field of interest. You're working now towards a grant for grant, that will not only pay for your graduate studies, but also allow you to seriously research the phenomena of ghosts and specters and other such hauntings. You know that a spectacular thesis on the paranormal should be just what you need to win that grant. It is October 31st, Saturday, October 31st, actually. Halloween night, and you've been chosen to cover a Sabbath of Witch Coven in legend-shrouded Salem, a very important task, as it is the first time outsiders have been invited to witness such a meeting in Salem. You were picked to cover the event because of your impeccable record, and you feel that this could be the break that you have been waiting for. Accompanying you to the Sabbath is underclassman and good friend Corey Adams, who shares your interests in the unusual. You're in high spirits, as is your friend, although the night's driving wind and icy rain make you worry that there won't be much to see at the Coven meeting, which you desperately hope will go on as planned. As you head out of Arkham, you laugh and joke with your companion and discuss various topics. You are driving. Damn it, I didn't want to be driving. I wanted Corey to drive because my drive skill is not as high as his. All right, I'm driving. You leave the shimmering yellow and white lights of Arkham behind as you turn off of Church Street onto Sentinel Street and head out of town towards Salem. Before long, civilization gives way to wilderness, and you find yourself on a long, dark, barren road that twists through a desolate forest of now leafless trees. Go to 1 to begin your adventure. So we started at to begin, and now we are at number 1. How many journalism points do I get for that? Come on, I should get at least a couple. The rain and wind assault your car as you speed along the dark road. An occasional brilliant flash of jagged lightning illuminates the haunting sky and hellish woods on either side of you. After some distance, you spot lights from an old, brooding mansion set back away from the road on a hill as you pass by quickly. Though you got only a fast glimpse of the immense house, you get an uneasy yet excited feeling as you think of those haunted house movies you've seen and loved. Make a listen roll. Succeed and go to 12. Fail to go to 7. 0 JP. Oh, the JPs are right there. Fantastic. But this is like Alone Against the Wendigo. So there's a lot of JP use. I think I can... No, I can't really clip that. So until we get close to the center, this thing's going to be like flippy. All right, so... Wow, right off the bat, we got to get a listen roll. And our listen is 50. I upped it. Fantastic. Here's dice for that. Wish me luck on the first roll. 71. That is a fail. So we get to go to 7. 7. With a sudden jolt, your car begins to spin and go out of control. What the hell? Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to cheat and look at 12. You seem to have had a back tire blow out. Make a successful drive auto roll. And go to 20, fail, and go to 2. So this is worth 1 JP. So 7's worth 1, and we're going to note it both in 2 spots. JP, 1. No, mark that out. Okay. My drive auto is 20. 76 is a fail. Wow. Doing terrible so far. Fail and go to 2. If we die immediately, I'm going to wake up and it was just a dream. Actually, that's how we might play it. In that it was all just a dream. If we die very quickly. Your car goes madly screaming off the road, spinning and digging up great clouds of mud. A sudden hard impact stops your spinning and plants your car on its side at the base of a tree. The tremendous jolt you and Corey received on impact threw you both roughly against the dashboard. Well, I was wearing a seatbelt. I've worn a seatbelt consistently since 1980, I think, when we got to watch Blood on the Highway when I took driver's ed. Was it 19? Maybe it was 1982. 81. It was 1981. I was 15 when I took driver's ed. Got a temp driver's license until I turned 16. So since 1981, I've been wearing a seatbelt. Each of you sustains 1d3 points of damage. All right. Okay, so here's my damage. I took 2. So 14. Huh. That's magic points. I'm an idiot. Did I put these in the wrong place? No, I have 16 magic points. Yeah, unconscious starts at 2. Ow, I have 13. That knocks me to 11. Corey takes 2 points. He is at 13. Ouch. No, wait. Corey, I got to roll separate. Corey only took a point of damage. Good. Damn it. Alright, I'm trying to keep track of 2 people here. He is... Hold on. I started at 13. I'm at 11. He started at 15. He took 1 point, so he is at 14. All right, all right, all right. Hey, there's a picture of Corey here. Yeah. All right. Battered and badly shaken, you manage to pull yourself out of the wreckage of your car. You count your blessings as you walk away from what could have been a real tragedy. It's obvious this car will no longer be of use to you this evening. You are miles from the nearest town. If you want to wait for help, go to 26. If you want to try to walk back to the mansion you passed, go to 41. If you want to try to walk back to town, go to 51. To check the blowout tire, go to 38. Oh, okay, that's also worth a JP. Let's check out the tire first. I mean, that seems logical. Actually, I want to use first aid on myself. I want to have Corey do first aid on both of us. So that's where we're going to start, is first aid. Let's check it out. Oh, what happened to the camera? There we go. This is a nice camera, and it shouldn't be doing that. Let's look up first aid and see if he can do it on himself. Otherwise, I've got to try. First aid. Blah, 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 blah. Wait a minute. Percentage chance of awakening unconscious or stunned comrades, setting a broken limb, treating a burn damage, resuscitating drive. First aid has no effect on diseases, nor on poisoning. Treating with first aid and investigators' healing rate stays at 1d3 points per week. Moving them to a hospital. Successful use of the skill, the user immediately will heal 1d3 points of a single attack or injury. Oh, I forgot about these rules. In the same or succeeding combat round, an investigator who has just died may be returned to life if emergency 1d3 hit points raises his or her hit point total to at least +1. Wickens. Okay, yeah. So Corey's going to look us both over and apply first aid. He will do me first. He has his first aid is 45%. He rolled an 84, so he couldn't help me out with my injuries. That's awesome. He got an 02 for himself. And since he only took 1 point of damage, that puts him back at max. So at least there's that. He's going to do that. Then we're going to climb out of the car into the pouring, icy rain. And go to the back of the car in order to check check the damaged tire. Like, what happened? It's weird just to have a blowout, like, bam. You're examining the remains of the rear tire on the driver's side. Make a spot hidden, go to 5. Fail, and go to 14. That's also worth a journalist point. Spot hidden. My spot is 50. His is 45. Why did this turn off? Hold on one moment, please. Because I had it on timeanddate.com instead of on the stream. That's my fault. My fault. All right, so I'll make a spot hidden for each one of us. Mine is 50. Well, his is 45. It said in the rules you should only make one roll for each one, so I'm going to take the highest, which is mine. You may attempt one skill roll for each paragraph. Okay, so technically as the GM I could just say, we can each make a spot hidden, but I'll just do me. 21 is a success. Let's put a check next to it on the off chance that I survive. That was 38. Spot hidden, go to 5. As you look closer at the tire, you notice a small metal object. Examining the object shows it to be a bullet. It seems that your tire has been deliberately shot out, though there's no sign of anyone else out here. To wait here, go to 26. To walk back to the mansion you passed, go to 41. And to walk to the nearest town, go to 51. Let's walk to the nearest mansion. That's worth 1 journalism point. We're up to 4 already. So we're going to go back to the mansion that we passed at 41. Let's go, Corey. This is awful. Someone shot them. Keep an eye out. Maybe it was... I don't know what it was. You cautiously approach the old haunted house, huge and rambling, with steep peaked roofs and high arcing windows. A dark, brooding tower stretches up into the black boiling sky. In a yellow flash of jagged lightning, you get your first clear view of the decayed grounds surrounding the castle-like building. You see that tall, grotesque trees, their limbs twisted and buckled and void of foliage surround the eerie place, contained within a rusty and crooked iron fence, the bars of which are topped with cruel-looking iron spikes. You are cold and wet and long for the warm comfort of a house, so putting aside your feelings of uneasiness, you grab the tarnished door knocker and rap on the towering, splintery door. After a moment, the door creaks open loudly, and a slightly hunchbacked man with long white hair and a black coat with tails peers out at you. Oh, he's hunched. You quickly introduce yourselves and explain what has happened. The odd man looks blankly at you for a moment, and then, with a cold smile, asks you in, introducing himself as O'Brien, the butler. Okay, here's my items. O'Brien, the butler. All right, my creep sensors are off the scale. Go to 98. And this also has where you probably came from, which is nice. We're up to 5 journalist points. All right, we can write a great story with that. Well, no, we can't. 98. 98. You rush in behind the hunchbacked O'Brien. What time is it? Where are we? 4:04 already. All right. Finding yourself in a cavernous foyer, the butler takes your coats, hanging them still dripping in a closet. As you look around the foyer, you are impressed by the many obvious antiques you see. Tall. Here, wait. I've got a map here, but there doesn't appear to be a 98 on it. So this might not be the map for this scenario. There might not be one. I don't know. I printed out a map. There's a map in the back of the book that I think goes with this scenario, but I don't know. Let's continue. Sorry. Um, as you look around the foyer, you are impressed by the many obvious antiques you see. Tall, high-backed chairs of hard wood, lumbering tables, and a large grandfather clock adorn this area. Several paintings hang dustily on the walls, and everything has a light covering of dust and cobwebs, making it seem rather like no one actually lives here. Suddenly, there's a cackle from above you. Looking up in the direction from which the sound came, you see a red-haired woman in a maid's uniform descending the creaking stairs. "Visitors?" asked the woman. "These two young people have had a problem with their vehicle," explains the butler. "They have come to escape the storm for a time and see about assistance." You notice now that both the maid and the butler speak with accents. To try to identify their accents, make a successful no roll and go to 92. Fail and go to 62. 1 journalism point. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're keeping. No. So my no is 85. How will we go with the no? This beer bottle is in the way. 24 is a success. So, we're at 98 with a success. Go to 92. You recognize the butler's accent as being of New Zealand. New Zealand. All right, yeah, okay. And the maid's to be Irish. Visitors! Okay, so O'Brien is from New Zealand. The maid is Irish. We got to keep that in mind. To comment on this, go to 4. To let it pass, go to 74. No, I'm going to let it pass. Okay, fine. It's 1992. They're from other countries. Big deal. Did I mark the journalism report? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I didn't. 7. So, 74. We're just going to let it pass. Hopefully I'm not screwing up too badly. The maid struts up to you, very cat-like, her dark eyes piercing right through you. "Miss Quinn, won't you get our guests something to warm themselves?" says O'Brien. "Follow me," purrs the brooding maid as she leads you towards a set of double doors. From beyond the doors you hear the sounds of many voices. "We don't want to intrude," you say to the butler. "We have arrived on a very special night." "Oh, you've arrived on a very special night," he explains. "Our employers are celebrating the holiday in all the splendor of old Germany. But do not concern yourselves, for the Baron and Baroness will love to have you Would love wait, would love to have you, and would not hear of you going back out into that dreadful weather. At that, Miss Quinn throws back the double doors. Beyond the ballroom, furnished completely in very old and obviously very valuable furniture. Beyond is a ballroom furnished completely in very old and obviously very valuable furniture. Within the chamber are 11 people of varying races, all dressed in black. All attention seems to be centered on a very regal looking gentleman with a monocle and a very elegant and beautiful woman at his side. O'Brien leads you into the chamber, all eyes turning to you, as, still dripping from the rain, you follow behind the hunchbacked butler, somewhat embarrassed. As you enter the room, you may make any one of the following skill rolls: spot hidden, listen, or history. Listen and where's listen? Those are both 50. Spot hidden, listen, or history. I don't have any points in history. My history is a 20. If you fail the skill roll of your choice, no matter what it was going to be, no matter what it was, go to 78. Okay. This is worth 2 journalism points. Ooh, boop, boop. So, spot hidden takes me to 96. Listen takes me to 91. Let's try a spot hidden check. And I think my numbers are higher than Corey's. Oh, shoot! Hold on. I dripped on Corey's character sheet. Locksmith, martial arts, mechanical repair, medicine. That's okay. Nothing that's terribly important. Now for a pause from station identification. I don't know if there are ads playing. I still have no idea if that's happening or not. So if they are, and people are missing something, I apologize. That's irritating. Where were we? We were at 74. This thing closes very easily, which is nice. That means it's in good shape. It's not all just... Okay, so from 74, we're going to try a spot hidden. We have 50% chance. A spot hidden will take us to 96 if we succeed. 85, another fail. Okay, so we failed. So 78. Oh, this is a bad start. I'm failing all these spot hiddens. I need to make these. We got our 2 journalism points. O'Brien leads you to the center of the ballroom, where the monocled man and elegant woman are speaking with 3 men. "My lord," O'Brien says to the monocled man, bowing slightly, "may I introduce some unexpected guests? They have had an accident with their vehicle and are in need of something to warm themselves and a phone to call for assistance." The man peers at you for a moment, and then, with a cool smile, introduces himself as Baron Berlad Baron Berlad Takuki or Tasusi Van Reicht. Extending a gloved hand first to Corey and then to you, the Baron gives you a very firm handshake. With a majestic wave of his hand, the Baron introduces his wife, Baroness Diva Oradia von Reich. She welcomes you, but does not smile, remaining rather cold and somber-looking. Both the Baroness and Baron speak with accents, yet there is something about them that does not seem right to you. Make an idea roll and go to 76, fail and go to 64. My idea is 80. Oh, I could substitute Corey's idea, so he's got an 85. Oh, 1. They didn't have critical success in 5th edition, and I think impales only apply to combat, but that is definitely a success. Let's give ourselves another journalism point, and we're going to go to 76 for the success. You realize that the Baron and his wife do not speak with German accents, even though they would have you think that they are from Germany. To identify their accents, make a successful no roll and go to 70. My no is 85. Corey's is 70. Okay. We get a journalism point for that. Let's mark that off. That roll I just made doesn't count because it's got to go into the box. 87. Son of a bitch. Let's go to 64. I don't know where these people are from, which is a shame. Man, I am failing so many rolls that I should be making. "Well, please feel at home," Join our celebration of the holiday, won't you? We're just going to give him like this neutral accent since I don't know what it is. Says the Baron in a rather smooth, almost hypnotic voice. It is on holidays such as these that I long for our homeland. How I miss Mother Germany and her beautiful countryside. Ah, but no matter. This is a celebration, not a time for such musings. To inquire more about the Baron's home and how he came to be in the United States, go to 99. To let it pass and make small talk, go to 16. We're gonna go to 99. I mean, that's small talk. They're both small talk, but I am curious. The Baron looks at you for a moment as you begin to dig into his past with questions of his homeland, but then smiles and answers you. The von Reichs family is one of the oldest and most respected families in all of Germany, and I am a direct descendant of nobility, as my title indicates. I too am a noble, at least in my country. My family is descended of the Zekalis. The blood of Attila and the blood of Attila the Hun courses through my veins. A dubious honor, indeed, would you not agree? He laughs. The old country is most dear to me, and even the very soil of the ground is like gold to me. Oh, this guy's a vampire. Uh, this is how greatly I love the land of my birth. But alas, I was forced to leave my homeland with my ever beautiful wife. You see, in this ever changing and growingly technological world that we reside in, certain comforts must be abandoned for the betterment of business. Simply put, I am an industrialist, and the benefits of living in your country, unfortunately, outweigh that love of home. I must keep up with the times, you know. I find the supply of certain raw materials which are crucial to me to be more abundant here and easier to come by. Something that the Baron has said does not sound quite right to you. Something about his family. Succeed with an anthropology roll. Okay, we're failing that one for sure. My anthropology is 0, and no, we don't have any anthropology. So we automatically fail on that. Uh, Go to 23, fail, go to 16. We're going to 16. We get a JP, one journalism point for that. I've lost count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do like this to mark 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I'm right. Back to 16. 16 seems to be where we always are going to end up. So, I wish I could have understood his accent. I bet it's Transylvanian or Romanian. You continue to make small talk for a few minutes with the talkative Baron, although his wife says nothing, except when a question or comment is directed at her, which she then answers very curtly. Shortly the maid returns with 2 heavy mugs filled with some beautif- beautifully aromatic beverage. The warmed liquid smells like apple cider, yet there's something else, the scent of brandy. You cautiously sip the drink, and to your delight find it very warm and pleasing. Corey quickly finishes off his mug, thanking your hosts. You follow and find the warm liquid to be just what you needed. You feel more at ease and have managed to shake off some of the cold chill of your still damp clothes. Go to 42, and that's worth another journalist point. Ding! 42. I've seen that number before. After a few moments, you notice that sounds seem to be weirdly echoing. Suddenly you become warm and dizzy. Your head begins to spin, and your vision blurs. You gaze around over at Corey, only to find that your friend has passed out in a chair. As everything begins to go dark, match your power against 20 on the resistance table. Win the power struggle and go to 218. Fail and go to 79. Okay, resistance table. Let's find that. That's actually listed in the beginning of like, hey, you might need this. Wait, how many points is that worth? That's 42. We get 1 journalist point. And resistance table is on page 30. So, 42 power against 20. My power is a 16. Uh, and I've already forgotten the freaking number of the page that I just stated moments ago because this is my life. 67 degrees C. Resistance table is on page 30. So my 18 resistance table. The active characteristic is 18. The passive is a 20. I have only a. No, it's 16 versus 20. I have a 30% chance of success. Let's see how we do. 80. That's about par for the course tonight. I have failed almost every roll that we've had to make. So, from 42, failure is go to 79. I can't resist this drug that they have drugged us with. Run! Something's coming after you. There are steps under your feet. Use them. Get lower. Go down. Run, 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 or else it's going to get you. 79? Really? Okay. Your feet move below you. One then the other, and then one then the other. The wind is rushing by your ears. You're running down the stairs so fast they begin to spiral around a central column, and you angle yourself into the spiral. Your head is pounding. You're getting dizzy, and if you let up from your descent, you'll stumble and fall. It's going to get you. Make a Dex times 5 roll, and you better not fail it. Okay. If not, I wake up, and it was all a dream, and then it all happens. All right, so Dex times 5. My Dex is 18. I have a 90% chance of succeeding. 90 fucking 4. Christ, I've made like one roll this entire game. I'm so angry right now. This is ridiculous. The dice are just like, let me just jam it right into you in places that are uncomfortable. Fail and go to 147. 2 journalism points. God's sake, that is ridiculous. Alright, so if I die, I'm going to wake up, and it was all just a dream. You enter a chamber, much like the 149, right? No, 147. You waver for one awful, critical moment. Your sense of balance is shot from the run. And this moment of carelessness is all it takes. One foot goes astray, the other shoots out in front of you, and both come down awkwardly, several steps apart, just on the edge of the steps, and you slip again. You drop to one knee as you fall and feel it scrape on the stone. Pain shoots up your leg, and then you see your hands go in front of your face as you tumble down. Behind you, there's a terrific roar, like a train rushing towards you. You catch frenzied glimpses of walls, steps, your feet, your hands, and sharp pains as your head strikes a step, and all goes black. Go to 215. 90% chance of success, and I still fail. That is ridiculous. 215, you awaken, groggy, to the feel of fine sand against your cheek and the sound of waves. You rise on one arm and open your eyes. It is night. You're lying on a strange gray beach. Before you, a vast expanse of water stretches into the dark. Above the water, on the horizon, you see a terrifying sight. The night sky is full of stars, but like no stars you've ever seen. Here they are hollow, dim points of darkness dotting the sky. On some impossibly far shore, you see a massive palace, spires rising into the darkness. A pale moon floats banefully in the distance. It seems almost as if the spires of the palace rise behind... I'm in Carcosa. Rise behind the moon. But that is impossible, of course. Go to 156. This is worth 4 journalism points. 1, 2. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we're into 18 plus 4 should be 22. So I was off by 1. All right. Go to 156. 156. Like I said, at any point I can just say this was all just a dream, and then it all starts coming true. The shore of the lake you stand by feels familiar. Perhaps you've been here before in another life, another time. So much seems to run together in your mind, Miskatonic, Salem, Corey, the car, and yet recedes from prominence as a passing thought, tangential and transitory. You are not at all surprised to see a figure walking along the beach in your general direction. The figure wears a dark robe and carries a staff that, nevertheless, he does not seem to need in walking. He certainly seems to be approaching you. Perhaps this meeting is best avoided? To remain, go to 182. To head up the beach towards the crest of the dunes, go to 126. This one's worth 3 journalism points. We're going to go to 126. Let's get the hell out of here. It's the freaking king in yellow. 126. I would rather avoid this guy. Turning, you stomp off through the sand, heading steadily upward. As you near the top, make a spot hidden roll. Gonna fail it. I failed every freaking roll so far, it feels like. If you succeed, go to 190 or go to 86. 0 journalism points. Okay. All right. 50-50. 85. We failed again. We have failed every roll so far, except for one, I believe. Crash the car. 86. We got to go to 86 for a fail. 86. As you approach the crest of the sand dune, the entire mass suddenly flows downward. It's coming at you. Attempt a dodge roll. How many journal? This is worth 2 journalism points. Let's mark that. Succeed, go to 130. Fail and go to 58. Our dodge is... Oh, did I not up my dodge? I didn't. Damn it. I meant to. 36. 44 is a fail. So go to 58. I can't believe I'm still alive. I haven't had to make a sanity check yet, which is very surprising. Why does this look like there's a wet spot over here? Because there is. I need to get a coaster. 58. The sand swallows you up. In a succession of moments, you have flashes of your life. Among others, you start to drown in the strange sand and your eyes hurt terribly from the abrasive grains. You are engulfed in. A distant voice drones something unintelligible. Go to 221. That's worth 3 points. 1, 2, 3. I think this is 30. It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 22, 25, 27, 30. Let's put a little mark behind it then. Go to 221. Wow, this is a terrible start. What time is it? 4:24. You bolt up. Looking around, you seem to still be in the ballroom of the manor house, but you are very much alone. It was all just a dream. Uh, which is what I was going to do if I died immediately. A very eerie feeling slithers down your spine and you shiver. Checking your watch, you see that you have been asleep for only about an hour. Any hit point loss you suffered in your strange dream has vanished, but sanity losses remain. Go to 236. That's worth 1 journalist point. 236. Okay. Why am I dreaming about the king in yellow? You pull yourself to your feet, head still spinning, and frantically search the ballroom for any sign of Corey. Attempt a spot hidden roll. Success takes you to 239, while failure takes you to 234. Alright, spot hidden. We have a 50% chance. Come on. 73 is another fail. I mean, at some point, we've got to actually start succeeding some rolls, right? 234. You see no sign of your friend. To search the manor house for Corey, go to 228. To abandon him and leave the spooky house, go to 232. No, we're going to 228. It's worth another journalism point. 238. No, 228. 228. Searching the manor house. The Von Reich Manor House consists of 3 floors plus a cellar and a tower, shown on the map on the inside back cover. There it is. We will be using this. I think we'll be using this instead of like that chart that says just a list, having just a list. Okay, so let's mark 228. This is kind of important. This is where we start our search. Plus the cellar and tower, shown on the map on the inside back cover. You are now in the ballroom. We're on the ground floor. Nothing says ballroom here. I think this I think is where we came in. No, we might have come in there. You're now in the ballroom. You may search the rooms and chambers in any order you like, although you should keep to some sort of order and not jump from floor to floor. You are now on a timetable. Each room you search will take 10 minutes. Okay, that's how it's broken up. Great. Where the hell is the ballroom? Search the manor house, go to the paragraph showing the number of which to enter. Always return here. Search further, mark off the box On the timetable on the inside front cover of every room you explore, at midnight go to 647. Where's the ballroom? It does not say where the ballroom is on the ground floor. We didn't go up any stairs. Alright, hopefully they'll tell me where the ballroom is. The timetable appears in the... Okay, moving from one floor to another and along halls costs no time, and moving from floor to floor may be done via stairs or the elevators that are found around the manor house. Oh, there are elevators. There's a lot of elevators. I'm assuming the front door might be 354. We might take a moment to try to figure out where we are. Oh, but they don't really say. Okay, hold on. Let's see if it tells me before I start just looking up rooms. I mean, I like to be logical, not just like jump, 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 but kind of like move around as like a logical person. Um, I don't think we're gonna have enough time. There's only like 20 slots here. There are 29. It's 7 o'clock right now. I'm gonna assume we can get to the first room at 7. Once we run out of, it goes all the way up to 11:50, and then go to 6:47. All right, let's finish reading this. Um, if an elevator or staircase opens into a room and not a hall, you must go to the appropriate room paragraph and read it just as though you had picked that room to investigate, marking off the time on the table, etc. Doors are unlocked unless otherwise noted. The appropriate paragraphs for each room are indicated by the number on each room in the house floor plan map. In certain instances, there will be a number in a section of hall. When you pass by this area, go to the paragraph noted. Okay. There's the basement. Oh, I bet he's in the basement. Okay. Wow. Okay. Um, Once you've checked off the last spot on the timetable, go to 647, unless you are involved in combat. If so, go to that paragraph as soon as combat is completed, unless, of course, you're killed. You may at any time decide to abandon your search and flee the house, in which case go directly to 232. So, 232, abandoned house. We'll circle that. Plus, we got one, number 19 if we go temporarily insane. In most cases, there are no trace numbers for the manor house rooms, so you must keep track yourself of where you have been and what chambers you wish to explore. Items that you find in rooms that are meant for you to take or use will be identified as such. You may now begin your desperate search for your friend and companion. You are at 228 on the map. 228, boom. Okay. Crap. There's a lot of rooms here. There are a lot of rooms. This is merely to go up and down. I could go out here, through here. Okay, I see where all the doorways are. So we're at 228. Let's be logical. If we were really in a movie or something, we would go across the hallway. There's doors nearby. We go out into the hallway. So we cross into the hallway. 228 is here. I'm guessing these are the front doors. You know what? Let's look up 354 real quick and see if those are the front doors. Oh. Oh, there's some pictures here that are kind of... Oh, this isn't a bunch of pictures. This is one big picture. Yikes. Is 354? No. Okay, it doesn't say if that's the entrance hall. It might be. This might be where we came in, actually, right over here. Because I'd say this is the front of the house. This is the tower. Obviously, I'm looking at this is the tower. I should have scanned this and I could pop it up so everybody could see. But well, there's nobody watching. That's okay. So we're at 228. Logically, I think we should go down to the basement. But realistically, if we came in this room, we must have come at 354. That must be the entrance. Because he led us. There's a staircase up. No, there's a staircase down there? Huh. She came from like this balcony. Hmm. Where's the front of the house? I guess it doesn't matter. This room doesn't have any numbers in it, so I'm kind of guessing that this is the entrance to the house. I mean, I usually, when I draw a map, well, I guess the front could be on either side. Let's go across the hallway first. Okay, we're going to check this off. We're going to 313. Oh, was 228 worth any journalism points? 0. Okay. Oh my god. Corey! Where are you, Corey? Is that his name? Corey Adams. Corey, where are you? Corey! Oh my god. This is terrible. Okay, so at 313 across the hall, the double doors of the dining room creak open slowly as you peek into the gloomy, grimy chamber. A large, spiderweb shrouded table rests in the center of the room. 13 place settings around the table with a like number of chairs. A once elegant candelabrum holds up the tent of spiderwebs from the center of the table. You may attempt either the following: spot hidden or listen. Fail and return to the map. That sucks because they're both at 50%. I guess we'll try a spot hidden. If not, the room's obviously empty. 50% chance. 11. There's a success, finally. Spot hidden. Succeed and go to 246. I probably should have listened. Alright. 246. Because then I wouldn't see it, at least, necessarily. You didn't spot anything unusual. Return to the map. Alright. Well, that doesn't take any time. That's just 10 minutes. This is an empty room. There's another doorway across the way. No, we're going to stick to the halls. Let's head towards the front of the house to 256. Oh, did I get journalism points for 246? Hold on. Oh, 246 is worth 0, but where was I before that? 313. 228 didn't give me any. 315. No, 313. 1 journalism point for 313. Check. Okay, let's try... Shoot, I feel like we should go to the basement. I just feel like if Corey's anywhere, he's going to be in the basement. Or maybe up on the 3rd floor in that gigantic room there. We're going to make our way over to the stairs. And then head up. Yeah, and then head up from there, I guess. And then come back down. So we go down through the hallway. We take a right, or a left, and we end up at 256. 232 is abandon the house. I got to remember that. So we're exploring. This is interesting. This is very interesting. And it's kind of random. 256. The double doors of this room wearily grown open to reveal a spacious living room, complete with dust-shrouded furnishings. This room, once opulent, now stands in near ruin, a victim of time and neglect. You may attempt either a listen roll or a spot hidden roll. Fail and return to the map. 1 journalist point. I'm getting lots of inspiration from this place, at least. Let's try a listen check. See if we hear anything. Maybe I'll hear Corey crying for help. 88 is a fail, so I don't hear anything. Alright, so that room is a bust. We're going to peek into 374. I noticed that there are double doors that lead there, but there's also doors in the hall. So we will stick to the hallway for now, and we'll head for the next room. We're making our way. We're trying to find stairs going up. And I don't think Corey would be in the... What is that? Oh my gosh. I don't want to find that room. 374. It's a picture, and it's icky. 374. The warped and buckled double doors crack open loudly, stirring up a gray cloud of dust that spins cyclone-like off into a shadowy corner of the room. As you cautiously step into the room, you discover that you have found a library. Towering cases and countless shelves. I'm not marking off stuff. We started with 313. We did 256. And now we're in Wait, 246. Oh, I didn't notice anything. 256, and now we're in 374. So that's 3 check marks. It's already 7:20. We only have till midnight. Um, as you cautiously step into the room, you discover that you have found the library. Towering cases and countless shelves line the walls, all packed with books. A once beautiful oriental rug smothers the dull hardwood floor and is held in place by majestic, bulky oak furniture. Stubs of candles tell of constant use by some unknown reader. You may try any one of the following skill rolls, going to the noted paragraph if successful. Note that you may attempt any of the other skill rolls, but you must mark off a space on the timetable for each attempt, success or not. You may try any one, notice you may attempt any of the other. Okay, so we get one, and it counts as this time period. Botany, okay, anthropology, archaeology, astronomy, botany, Cthulhu mythos, history, occult, zoology. Occult's the only one I got points in. So our occult is 45. So we will try. This room is worth 1 journalist point. We're going to try occult and see how it does. Everything else I've got minimum. 49, I just missed it. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to waste time. Corey's not here. Who cares? I looked for some occult books and found nothing. Let's move on. We're going to go through the library to 379, which is a hallway with the steps in it. 379. As you enter this large open foyer, roll 1d10. Oh no. This is worth 0 journalist points. A d10. I can see my dice, I just can't see the words on the page. 7. So 379, 7 takes us to 2 to 9 takes us to 375. What you thought was an odd noise turns out to simply be your overactive imagination. You sigh in relief and continue your search. Return to the map. That's worth 1 journalist point. All right. Whew. We didn't see anything. I thought I heard something. What was that? All right. Return to the map. Let's see what we got. See, this thing will stay open now. We're at 379. There are stairs up here. Plus, there's a door that I think leads maybe to the tower we saw when we first came in. I'm assuming that we're at the front of the house. Why would you'd put a tower at the front of the house? So we can take these stairs up. There's an elevator here we could take up. I don't think we're going to. Or we head up through the tower. I want to head up through the tower all the way to the top to start off with. So I think we'll do that. So the tower is 604. Hope this is not like Strahd's tower that tries to eat you. 604 is a big jump here of numbers, so I'm a little nervous about that. Oh, we entered 604. Hold on. Shoot. I'm losing track of time here. So I'm going to note the actual. We went to 313. I'm going to note the numbers in the time scale to help keep me. 246 was, you don't find anything. Then we went to 256 at 710. 374 at 720. 374. 379 was 730. Yeah, this is going to be better than just. That took us to 375, which said, you don't notice anything. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. And now we're at 604. It is actually 740. 604. The winding stone steps of the tower spiral up and up as the tower stretches 30 feet beyond the roof of the manor house. At the top of the stairs is a heavy wooden door, which is securely locked. To journey further, you must successfully do one of the following: maintenance, mechanical repair, which is 20%. Match your strength versus this door's strength of 35. Strength of 18 automatically succeeds. My strength is a 13 against 35? That's not going to happen. Or in desperation, you may shoot the lock off with a successful firearms attack. Note that each time after the first try of breaking down the door, will suffer 1 point of damage as you hurl yourself against the heavy wooden door. You gain entry to 572. 572 is not on the map. He could be up here. Corey could be up here. Do I get any journalism points for this? 604. 1 journalism point. Okay. Check. Strength of 35. Strength of 18. Automatic succeeds. Let's hold on a second. Hold on. Ooh. Now the bottom is kind of popping up. Our resistance table is on page 30. 35 isn't even on here. I think that's a typo. The only way 18 could be an automatic success is if it was against a strength of 7 or 8. Yeah, 7's an automatic. I'm going to say that's probably a typo and they meant a 7. My strength is a 13. So active versus 7 for a 13 is an 80% chance of success. So that sounds... No, wait a minute. That's got to be a typo. A 35 isn't even on the resistance chart. It doesn't go that high. Yeah, but an 18 is an automatic success on a 7. So I've got a 16. What's my strength? My strength's only 13. 13 down to 7 is an 80% chance of success. So, yeah, let's try it. Let's bust down this door. 80% chance of success. I'm going to throw myself against the door. We're not going to waste any ammunition. Or give away the fact that I'm actually carrying a gun. 444. Ugh. 94. God damn it. Dice are killing me. They are just murdering me. Note that each time after the first try to break down the door, you will suffer 1 point of damage as you hurl yourself against the heavy wooden door. We are going to try again, and we're going to take that 1 point of damage. We've got to find Corey. I'm down to 10 hit points, though. Jesus. 18. That's what I should have gotten the first time. 572. We break into the room. I'm probably going to have to count this as another... No, screw it. We're not going to count this as another 5 minutes. Well, yeah, it took us that time, so... we're going into an area. 572. Come on, Corey, be in here. Or a clue? Roll a d6. Oh, great. A d6 resulted in a 5. 0. A 5 gives us 551. $551. The small, cold room beyond is illuminated weirdly by a ring of burning black candles, in the center of which is a large pentagram carved into the cracked stone floor. In the center of the pentagram is an open book. The room is otherwise empty and has 3 large glassless windows through which whistles cool wind. Make a listen roll. Oh, this is worth 2 JP, 2 journalism points. So, oh boy. Make a listen roll. These dice have just hated me tonight. Fail, 60 something. Fail and go to 517. 517. You suddenly feel a sharp, ripping pain in your back. Lose 3d6 hit points and 1d6 strength. We might be done with this scenario right here. I have 10 hit points. Of course, I lost 11. I'm dead. Son of a bitch. That kind of pisses me off. God. Just bleh, dead. And 1d6 strength. Doesn't matter. 6 strength. Jesus. That reduces my strength to 7. If you are still alive, after this invisible attack, you see a large gelatinous form take shape in midair. The thing is totally red and dripping with your blood. It's a freaking star vampire. A twitching mass of scarlet tentacles and talons without face or eyes. The thing hovers in the air above you, ghoulishly chittering. Tiny, ravenous mouths on the ends of tentacles snap and suck at you, your blood still dripping from them. Make a sanity roll and lose 1d10 sanity points. Yeah, we'll follow this through. I didn't die immediately. It took a couple seconds to suck my blood. And the sanity check is another failure. No, you know what? I'm not counting that. We got to roll in the dice. 04 is a success. Not that it matters. I'm dead. Um, so I lost a point of sanity. Go to 19 if you lose 5 or more points. I'm dead. Find the characteristics for a star vampire in the rulebook, and then you may either try to fight it or escape. To flee the room, you'll successfully make a dodge roll. If you kill the creature, reward yourself with 1d10 sanity. If you flee, your only reward is your life. If you destroy the star spawned monster, you may take the book within the pentagram. It contains the spell Summon Bind Star Vampire and has been charged magically with 1d6 plus 1 power. If you've not killed or escaped the creature, then this is probably goodbye. The end. All right. Wow. Well, that was fast. We're dead. So that was Alone on Halloween. Went to the wrong room. Never found Corey. Only lived 50 minutes in game before I died. Um, okay, so let's see. Journalist points. We only got like 30. Should you die, divide the accumulated JP by 5, rounding your fractions up. This will represent the chance your notes being found and brought to light before your colleagues, which doesn't matter. Let's count them up. I was trying to keep track in two places, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this is 30 here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 22, 25, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I had 40. Divide them by 5 is 8. JP equals a giant 8. 50 or less is failure. We failed. We're almost at the end of. Yeah, I don't really see the point of playing that again, to be quite honest. They say, oh, play it over and over and over. But I died very quickly to one monster who I never had a chance against because I failed every single roll, it seems like. And Corey's just gone, so he's probably dead. I made it 50 minutes in and had zero chance of if I'd seen it or if I'd known if I could make a roll. I made one roll. I made one spot hidden the entire time, I think. And I made that strength check to bust down that door after trying twice. I ended up doing 13 points of damage. So even if I had been at full hit points, I still would have died instantly because that would take me to 0, and you're dead at 0 in 5th edition. So we're dead. Interesting beginning. Um, Very interesting beginning, but then all of a sudden, I think they were all ghosts or vampires or whatever. Um, I want to look through here and find out. Hold on a second. Let's see. When did I meet these people? 74 is the maid. So I went from 74 to 78. O'Brien. Accents. If you make an idea roll, go to 76. Do not speak accents, even though they would. You would think they were to identify the accents, make a successful no roll. We did that. We did win with 76. Go to 70, failed that roll. It's bothering you. They're Romanian. I was right. So they're vampires. They're obviously vampires. And then everything else in the house is going to be other stuff. I don't know why somebody summoned. I guess the dude who summoned. It'd been nice to see a dead body, because I just would have left, closed the door, or just run away. But we lasted exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms. We got 6 rooms in before we died, um, which is not good. Which is not good. If I try this again, I will roll up a new character. It'll be a year later, and but I'm not going to do this anytime soon. We might wait till closer to Halloween and actually try to play Alone on Halloween again. The notes were found, although I don't know how. Maybe in the abandoned house. These notes were found that I took as I was going. But unfortunately, Chris Grant is dead. I could roll up two new people. We could just give the other guy, just change his name and use Corey Grant. And just change Chris Grant. And we'll just keep the same stuff. But I don't think I'm really not in the mood to do it right away. That was Alone on Halloween. We might try to play that again at some other time. Let's see. Let's mark off what's been done. And even if the notes weren't found, someone can show up a year later or whatever. Thing on. So that was Alone on Halloween. Wow, that was super fast. Just bleh, dead. I have a feeling this is going to be like a Mythos Hoedown, where there are dozens of different Mythos creatures. But we could play Alone on Halloween 2, The Return to the Van Reich House. It shouldn't take long to set up a character next time. We don't have to go through all the introductory stuff. I can refer back to this one for that. Nobody's here. I don't believe anybody stopped by the entire stream, which is fine. Whatever. Um, so that was Alone on Halloween. A little disappointing that I died so quickly. I thought sure Corey would be in the upstairs. If I wait a few weeks before I play this again, which I might do, like close to Halloween, maybe the live stream on the 28th, we could do Alone on Halloween again. If I'm not right in the middle of another live stream of another one. Uh, so next is going to be Alone Against the Flames. Now this one's made in 2015 and uses 7th edition Call of Cthulhu rules, which are not quite as completely deadly as 5th edition. And I'm hoping Alone Against the Flames. That's the introductory scenario that came with. Actually, it was available online for free for a long time. But it's the introductory scenario. I think you might be able to get it on Chaosium's website for free too. I'm not sure. Let's look it up. Why not? Alone Against the Flames. Boom. Yeah, you can actually get it for free on Chaosium's website. Alone Against the Flames, and that's the same one that came with the starter set. So if you feel like trying Alone Against the Flames, if you look up Alone Against the Flames, the first hit for Google was Chaosium's website. So go check that out if you have an interest. We'll try that next week. That jumps us up to Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. And we'll see how long that lasts. I'm certain that one's going to be, I think that'll be somewhat shorter. And that brings us back to Alone Against the Dark. We should have a chance to play that again. And then we'll see where we stand and how close to Halloween it is. And maybe we'll try Alone on Halloween again, like they say. Keep trying it. Play it over and over. Again on the 28th, I believe, is the date. Yeah, on October 28th, close to our Halloween. Although next month I got Canaria 2, and I'm thinking about playing that on the stream at some point. But for now, we'll try this. And again, we'll print out another copy of this. Maybe we'll start it off a little differently, and that we found Corey's notes, or Chris Grant's notes, and that in this abandoned house, or we just found the notes. They just turned up at Miskatonic, and so we're going to try to find out what we can in 1993. This was 1992. And we'll continue on in that fashion, but we're not going to just immediately do that next week. Well, I guess we could. I guess we could try to play this again next week and see how we do. But I have a feeling we're going to just die very quickly every time we try this, and I think it'd be more appropriate to save this for Halloween. So I think we'll go that route. Anybody that did stop by, or if I just didn't see you, or whatever, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is very neat. I like the concept. I like having this map that you can go to different rooms. And I mean, you could just be like, I go to 343, I go to 241, blah, 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 blah. I'd really like to know where the foyer is. I'm certain the foyer is this unmarked room right here. It just makes sense that it would be. But this was interesting. I liked the beginning. I wish I could have made a few rolls. My God, I could not make a roll to save my life. And the new character I might set up slightly differently than this. Maybe I'll make him really strong instead of really. I like him to have a high dex though. I don't know. Maybe we'll just randomly decide where each stat goes. Although I think the power of 16 is a minimum. Maybe I'll switch power and dex, and so he's got sanity of 90. And I don't know what the hell's going on with these damn dice. My God, I could not make a roll tonight. That was so frustrating. But that's it for Alone on Halloween for now. We'll move on to Alone Against the Flames and see how that goes. And then maybe back to Alone Against the Dark, the new version of Alone Against the Dark, and try that out. I was expecting this to last at least 2 sessions, which is surprising that it didn't. But, oh, that's interesting. The, This can't be right. I guess that could be what the house looked like. Just check out here's the cover. You can see the house in the background. And this is obviously the tower. No, that can't be right. They found a nice house picture that worked, and so they went with it. Uh, there's no way that could be the layout of this house, which I think is a shame. I mean, look at this. This place is freaking huge. So it's not going to be tall. It's going to be long. Um, I mean, even if these, I mean, this 228 is here. That's a ballroom. That's got to be big, a big room. You know, um, it is important. Spot hidden was an important skill, and I need to keep that up. And listen is obviously very important. Dodge, I need to have a high dodge for the next guy. But we will redo the character and rename him and everything. Um, nope, that's not 1993. I wrote 1993 down. Put a big X. Killed by Star Vampire. And Corey Adams was never found. Poor Corey. So I'll try to make a note to come back to this possibly around Halloween, and we'll try to run it again. I've got the fifth edition rules. It'd be a waste to just kind of run it once and never play them again. And it is 5 o'clock, so we need to stop. So let's see if anybody is streaming who's doing any kind of tabletop. Creator dashboard. They've changed everything, and so now I have a terrible time figuring out stream manager. Yeah, raid channel. Let's see. Valdranth is doing tabletop RPGs. Nobody's watching, but that's okay. We can go ahead and. Oh, she's in. They're in between, but I will go ahead and raid them. So thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate it. Here, we can turn this back on. And I will talk to y'all next time. Oh, this is gonna be like. Oh, it's counting down. I love this piece of music from Kevin MacLeod. It's just magical. It's terrifying. I love it. Yeah, so here we go.